Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on crypto. I've been saying it for a while. I've been reporting it for a while. You can see it all over my YouTube channel. SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce is not playing games. She filed an Amicus Curiae Brief on behalf of Ripple. Now, Gary Gensler is like, oh, I didn't see it coming, but I'm happy I'm on the winning side. Bruh. I don't know if you're going to be on the winning side. In any event, there is definitely things coming to a head between Miss Peirce and Mr. Gensler. Could this mean that there is positive hope for Ripple to actually win? I think there is, because I think it's hard for the SEC to actually prove their case. And they've taken almost 2 years to do it. Okay, so they've got problems with this case. They've got major problems. And you now have a commissioner saying, yeah, I don't think they've been forthright. I don't think they've, adhered to a current framework. Transparency is king, and I've been saying that about the SEC for a long time. Gary Gensler is not fit for the role. Maybe he was back in the day, but he's not now. It's time for him to, go retire. Go do that. I gave you some news yesterday about Polygon being involved with, a DeFi liquidity pool set up by DBS Bank, also involved JP Morgan. I told you about how WorldPay is now going to accept Polygon, on their platform. Well, biggest news that I missed yesterday, it came out late yesterday, is that they're in a deal with Meta. So basically, Instagram is going to have NFTs. NFTs is going to run, or are going to run, on Polygon. The other beneficiary of this deal is Arweave, and they are pumping right now. I think they're up like 54% at the moment. That's big news. Now, does all of that news translate into Polygon pumping over $1? I don't know, but Polygon had dropped yesterday precipitously. Okay. And then all of a sudden they just jumped right the hell up. So the news that I reported yesterday, I think afternoon, a little bit after the, I think about 4 o'clock or something like that, after the, after FOMC presser, right after that, it dove, right? And it kept diving. I think all of cryptos felt it for a minute, but then started to all bounce back. And then Polygon's news hit, and it just started taking off. Does it pump past $1? Possibly, I don't know. Even if it did, I don't think it would stay there. So my question would be, should I take a profit when it pumps over $1 and then buy back in on the drop? Maybe. Coinbase Chief Product Officer is now gone. Supposedly, it's been mutually beneficial to both parties, Coinbase and them, but you could kind of see it coming, right? They had a whole bunch of layoffs. Remember, I told you a couple of months ago, they had a bunch of layoffs, and then they, were rescinding job offers to people that had already accepted the job. I thought that was pretty disgusting. You knew that there was going to be a restructuring coming, and here it is. And I think there's going to be more that'll probably hit the airwaves. I don't know if it's good or bad. We'll see. Next up, Dapper Labs. They're about to have a whole bunch of people start pounding the pavement. 22% of their workforce. Okay? And this could be on the back of NBA Top Shot, one of their major projects. I think the major project, taking a dive. It's seeing the worst numbers since December 2020, in terms of trade volume. So that's pretty interesting to me. The Lightning Network, hat tip to this team. Just only hours after being hit with a Bitcoin block parser exploit, they've already deployed a hotfix. That's a response. That's a good response. Hat tip to you guys and gals. So Marathon Digital just reported that they have mined a record 615 Bitcoin. This, at the same time, that Iris Energy is saying, yeah, we have that $103 million loan. Yeah, we might default on that. Yeah, that's not looking good for us. That's not looking good. And I'm like, whoa, are you serious? So some Bitcoin miners are poised to handle the storm and others are not. Clearly, Marathon Digital is one of the ones that are poised. Now, Binance. This is actually kind of crazy. I made a note, and I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about it, but I thought I'd call it out. Binance, CZ, their CEO is saying, listen, we got $1 million war chest, and we're looking for key acquisitions. Some of those key acquisitions could wind up being a bank. Now, I want you to take a step back and understand this. Crypto exchanges are basically banks. They're the digital age version, the Web3 version of banks. They do the same thing. Not everything, but they do a lot of the same thing. Hold your money, maybe even give you some interest, staking. So it shouldn't be a surprise that they'd be looking for a bank. FTX went out and bought a piece of Robinhood. Why? Because Robinhood offers it certain advantages. Well, if Binance was to buy a bank, wouldn't it get a certain amount of advantage in the marketplace? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. So they're looking to do a lot of big moves. But again, from my perspective, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see, well, why should the bulk of my money be left in the bank that's going to charge me to hold my money while they use my money to go make money? I know that sounded crazy, right? But that's the way it works. So, or I can leave my money in my own wallet and earn money because crypto to me is a better way to make money. You all know about my 5% rule, meaning if something moves 5% either direction, I'm not really paying attention. But I will tell you this. If I buy a coin, like I told you yesterday, I bought SHIB. And I believe SHIB is down a little bit. I'd have to go look it up. But crypto is one of the few places right now where you can actually make 5% in a day. You understand? That news about Polygon is in the top 25 coins right now, and it's up 12% in a day. In a day. So when I look at everything, I kind of sit there and I kind of go, huh, that's interesting. Put my money in a bank, make no interest in a month. Put my money in crypto, make enough interest in a day. Now, that doesn't happen every day. I have a list of top 25 losers, top 25 winners, and of course I have longer lists of winners and losers, and I have my own list of coins that I'm holding that are winners and losers, right? I also have a chart that I use that says for every separate purchase, no matter the coin, for every separate purchase, did I make money? Did I lose money? Because it helps me keep my eye on the ball as I attempt to grow my bag, as my kids say. Anyway, it's time for us to get to, what's going on, but I want you to pay attention to the news that I just gave you. Hester Peirce, Polygon, Coinbase moves, Dapper Labs dropping 22% of its workforce, Marathon Digital able to mine 615 Bitcoin, and Iris Energy about to default. Iris Energy being a fellow Bitcoin miner to Marathon Digital, about to default on $103 million loan. And then you have Binance looking to make some key investments. That's the news for right now. And that's a lot of positive energy that's built up in the space. So let's get to what's really popping. The numbers. Now, like I said, let's actually just refresh this real quick. See if anything changes. Not a lot changed. But right here, that's it. That's it. Because I have a 5% rule. Everything else is 5% or lower, not paying attention to it. Even FTX, FTT being down 5%. I think because of news that's out there, it could wind up being that they drop some more. The news about FTX is that the sister company Alameda Research is illiquid. Its assets are all FTT coin. So that could bring some scrutiny. Don't know, but it could bring some scrutiny. FTX had a strange, relationship with Voyager and all kinds of weird dealings. That's why you kept seeing money fly back and forth between the two companies. And now I'm sitting here and I'm going, so it's not strange that there's also a strange relationship between Alameda Research and FTX. And does it really matter that Alameda Research is illiquid? Don't know. We'll see. But it's kind of interesting. Now, mind you, some of the backing for Sam Bankman-Fried comes from BlackRock. I don't know that he's worried about anything right now. I don't. Anyway, we've got on the winning side, Arweave is up. Like I told you, that's that Meta news, up 53%. It was up as high as 60%. Let's see who else is up. Phantom is up. Remember I told you yesterday Phantom was down. Well, it's up 20% now. Flow is up, even though NBA Top Shots is not doing so hot. It's up 13%. So I'm trying to understand why. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Filecoin, competitor to Arweave, up 12%. Polygon is up 11%. It was up higher than that. It's at 94 cents now, 94.5 cents now. It was up as high as 97 and change before. It's having a hard time busting through that $1 ceiling. And I think it might stay that way for a little bit, because they've got a hell of a lot more news coming, a hell of a lot. You just know it. Who else is on here that matters to me? Harmony. I don't hold a bag in that, but it's down. Ethereum name service is down 6%. Yeah, okay. Now let's go over to Fear and Greed Index, which is still at 30. That's pretty cool, holding steady. But that also still means there's a lot of pent-up energy waiting to be unleashed. That's what I see. I think the markets today are going to make a correction because, the news that, Powell gave yesterday is not out of touch. I think it was just a market overreaction. It's still, the implied open is like 173 for the Dow. But I definitely think it's an overreaction. And I think sooner or later, you're going to see everything come back. Unfortunately, tomorrow's Friday. And you know what happens on Fridays? Usually a sell-off, usually profit taking. Bitcoin is down, but still playing within my inner band. As always, my inner band is the green lines, and depicted by the blue lines is my outer band. So my inner band is still there. So I'm hoping that it maintains lateral movement for a while within my inner band and doesn't drop below this point, right? That's kind of what I'm looking at. Looking at the big board and kind of having a pictorial view of everything that's going on, you can see Matic is up, hit 95, just dropped back down. Algo is up. I haven't seen any news as to why Algo is up, but it is up. XRP on that news from Hester Peirce that probably hasn't hit yet, because that happened at like 105. BitBoy came out with that news story. So hat tip to him for getting that. But XRP is probably poised for a nice little bump. They've got things going on too. They've released a couple of news articles, so that's kind of cool. Looking at the list of things that's out there, things are mostly in the red, but I think a couple of things are gonna turn around. I'm surprised. Yeah, there you go. 10% in 24 hours, 10.71%, 72%. That's not bad. Shiba Inu is down significantly from where I purchased, not significantly from where I purchased it, down a little bit from where I purchased it yesterday, but I'm expecting it to come up. I'm actually looking at this price and thinking, maybe I'll get back in. But the two, somebody asked me if I had $500, what would I put it on? And right now I'd say Polygon and Shiba Inu. What else am I looking at? That's pretty much it for the day. Until later, maybe I'll make another video, but we'll see. There might be a nice little juicy tidbit that's out there. I will make this note. I am looking for Chili's to make a positive move, a little bit later on as we continue looking at FIFA. I am looking for some movement out of that. Hope you have a great day. Eddie J on Crypto. Bye-bye.